Welcome back to the channel. I'm Chase and this is All Things Rome. Today we are looking at the DIY Watch Club GMT and we're going to build that thing. Now, before we hop into the video, don't forget to check out ChaseStraps.com, my watch strap company. Chase Straps, spend $50 from September 15th to October 15th, and you get a free canvas watch roll. Holds 4 watches. Honestly, it's a $30 value. You spend $50, get a $30 value in a free watch roll. Honestly, I have a lot of these and I'm trying to promote it because I think that once you guys start seeing the quality of the straps that I have, then you will always come back as a repeat customer. I stand behind my stuff wholeheartedly. Now let's hop into the DIY Watch Club GMT. Now I have built 2 watches already from DIY Watch Club. One is going to be their diver. The other one is going to be their explorer style watch. I will link them here at some point in cards because I can't do it back to back right here if you guys want to check out those videos. Now this is their first automatic GMT offering and I can tell you that I've already built a watch. And there's a few good things that I like about it and a couple things I really don't like about it, only when it comes to building watches. If you don't have the depth perception for it, it's extremely difficult to do. When you're setting that second hand, everything else is easy except the second hand, but we will get into it during the build. Now, I'm going to be doing 2 videos on this watch. I'm going to be doing the build video, which is right now, and I'm going to shorten it up to as much as I possibly can because, you know, it generally took about 35 to 45 minutes to do. Now, I've built watches in the past. It may take you longer, and they do have videos you can watch to help guide you through. I'm just going to take you through a quick shortened video to show sort of how easy it is to build and how easy it is to do. Then the second video that's going to come out is the review of the watch itself and does it hold up to the price point that they are offering it to you as a DIY watch. Now let's flip the camera around and get right into the build. Then I'll see you at the end of the video. Okay, and as we talked about, this is the DIY Watch Club GMT. So let's just go ahead and open this up and take a look. Now, as a quick overall view, you have the basic stuff in here that you need to build a watch. You have the case, the bezel, the hands, the strap, the dial, the movement, and everything else. One of the things that DIY Watch Club offers also is a tool building kit that also comes with your watches. Now, as this narration continues, one of the things that is extremely important when building a watch is going to be
first we start off with
these
the
little
movement.
finger condoms on because you don't want to touch the movement, the dial, the hands with your bare fingers. Now, one of the things that people really don't understand is there's natural oils in your fingers no matter how much you clean them. And honestly, what's going to end up happening is you're going to ruin the movement or ruin the dial. Now, we're starting here with the movement. From here, what we're going to do is place the dial on the movement first. Now, this is the first thing you have to do after getting your tools out. Now, the dial here is extremely simple.
Like
there are little prongs on the
right
backside that fit within holes of the actual dial itself. As long as you line that date window up at the 3 o'clock position, which is where the crown stem is, and the crown, it's extremely easy to find where those holes are. Then it's a matter of simply pressing it on the case or that movement holder, and that's all you need to do. Next is going to be the hands. Now there's that small washer I showed you just a minute ago that goes down first. Then the GMT goes on the larger portion of the shaft, and then the hour hand goes just over top of that. Now the GMT hand, the hour hand, and the minute hand are very easy to place. What you have to do first, nobody really tells you this, is make sure before you place any hands down, you pull the crown stem out and then you cycle through until the date adjusts and ticks over, and that would be at the midnight. That's where you're going to place the GMT hand, the hour hand, and the minute hand. Everything is going to be at the 12 o'clock position. This means it's going to function properly as you go on. Now here I am doing a quick functions check to make sure that everything is lined up properly and to make sure that the hands aren't bent in any way that causes any type of malfunction. Now here it is with the second hands on. I will be honest, when I did place, there's 2 sets of hands. There are 2 sets of GMT, 2 sets of hour, 2 sets of minute, 2 sets of seconds, because if this is your first time building, there are going to be mistakes. This is not my first watch or my first rodeo. However, I did break both of the balances for the second hand. So you have the sweeping second hand, but you don't have the counterbalance of the illuminated arrow. Kind of sucked, but you know, it sort of is what it is. Now here is the case. The case is a 316L stainless steel, and it does come with a bezel, and this does have a better water resistance rating than any other GMT really on the market. Now there are GMTs out there that say, hey, we have 50 meters or 100 meters of water resistance. This boasts a really great water resistance rating, and we'll get into on the actual review when I do the review of the watch as a watch. Now basically what you do is you remove the crown stem. There's a small lever on the movement, and then you pull the crown stem out, and then you place the movement in the actual watch case. There is a movement holder inside. There is a chapter ring that just basically connects to the outside of the dial. All this stuff is extremely easy to do and doesn't really take any wherewithal or any know-how to do. Now the hardest thing here is actually going to be to place the bezel. Now I can tell you that Seikos have a real issue with bezel alignments for a reason, and honestly, you could do all this stuff to the watch. You could seal it, you could place the case back on, you could do all this, you can make sure there's no dust inside, and then if you misplace the bezel, it's gonna look just off. So make sure that when you're placing this bezel down, now I have the Coke bezel, which is red and black. Now as you're placing the Coke bezel down, you wanna make sure that that is completely lined up. Now this, I believe, is 120 click, so you do have 2 clicks per each minute. But you got to make sure that you line that 12 o'clock with the 12 o'clock. And then once you do, you take the double sticker off the back, the siding to that, and then you place it on. And once you place it on, you sort of have one chance to do it. You can take it off and use some sort of glue later, but honestly, just take your time. This is the most important next to the hands. Now, once you have it placed on, again, you want to press it down and seal it, and then the next thing after that is a quick bezel check. Now, the bezel on this I really love. I really love all of the DIY Watch Club bezels, especially on their dive watches. They're the clicks are extremely satisfying. And we'll get into, again, more of that in the review of the actual watch. Now, next is gonna be the watch straps. First, here I am going to just do a quick functions check to make sure that everything lines up. Again, you wanna make sure that these things are correctly placed. You don't want to seal the entire watch and then you have a second hand that's ticking along and you've done something in the placing the movement in the case, casing the movement, and then all of a sudden it doesn't function as a watch. Now the watch straps. These are rubberized watch straps. Really love rubber watch straps or silicone watch straps. They just make the watch wearing experience extremely satisfying, and these are great straps. Now, what do you guys think? I love the look of the watch. It is that GMT look that a lot of people love. I love the fact that it does have a pretty awesome water resistance. We were talking about all the specs on the next video, but again, I warned you guys about that second hand. I broke both second hands when it came to the counterbalance on it and the arrow. It still works, so we're just gonna move forward on from there. I don't have really great depth perception when it came to putting the loop in, but I mean, I've built watches in the past. I've never used a loop before. The GMT hand was easy, the hour hand, the minute hand was easy, but that second hand, you are looking at the smallest little point that you're trying to put a cup on top of, and it's just extremely hard to do. So for me, it's not a fail because the watch still functions and it still looks great. However, it's not exactly the way it should be, but happens, right? Anyway, if you guys like videos and videos like this, hit that subscribe button down below. Leave a comment of the content you guys would like to see on this channel. I have a lot of videos coming up in the future, to include a video on this Tiffany blue dial watch compared to this Tiffany blue dial watch, then I'm getting rid of this stuff. I have so much stuff here on the desk that I will be putting links in the next videos because I need to offload a lot of this stuff. So if you guys are interested in getting watches at a heavy discount, always check out the description down below. There's a link that says watches I've reviewed, and it links directly to my eBay account, where if I buy a watch, let's just say I bought this watch for $150. Well, this is a purchase watch that I bought that wasn't sent to me. So let's say it's $150. I'm going to sell it for like 70 bucks, right? So it's less than half for you guys because I still got the review out of it. I still got to wear it a little bit, and then you guys get to pick it up for a heavy discount. So always make sure to check out the description. Remember, the Chase Straps sale only lasts 30 days. Get that free watch roll when you order just a couple straps. And make sure you guys are hitting the notification bell so you can be notified when I drop all of these videos. I'll see you in the next one.